gamers, and let's continue this Halloween Horror Fest with, this time, a full game review. Now, I'll try to keep it short and sweet to the point on most of the aspects, but today, we're putting in the PlayStation 4, because this time, we're focusing on a PlayStation exclusive, which is said to be one of the best ever in the zombie apocalypse universe of video gaming. No, I'm not talking about Resident Evil, or Nazi zombies, or Call of Duty zombies, or any of that stuff. Today we're looking at Last of Us, the Remastered edition on PS4. Now, sorry for you Xbox owners, or Nintendo owners I should say too as well, this is strictly a PlayStation 4 exclusive, and has received nothing but critical acclaim. And does it hold up as well as people say it does? You bet your ass it does. Now initially I wasn't a really big fan of the series, but of course this is made by Naughty Dog, the same people who did of course the Uncharted series, which is also critically acclaimed, even though I haven't really played much of it. But this game I have, and let me tell you, it is fantastic. Now of course upon starting the game you'll notice that it not only focuses on the zombie epidemic apocalypse, which we of course have seen before in Resident Evil and so forth, but it focuses more on the characters, which is our main characters who you're going to be attached to the entire game. Your male hero, this big strong guy named Joel, and he's of course eventually accompanied by a female character who's got all the smarts and great common sense and of course great hopping fence and can smith through small spaces and so forth, named Ellie. So yeah, it's a terrific chemistry between the two characters and you get so attached to the entire game. And what can I say, it is great, as I said before. Anybody can agree this game not only plays fantastic, it looks fantastic as well. So yeah, it's a zombie apocalypse, but it's more than just shooting. You got, of course, looking at all this great scenery, puzzle solving, trying to figure out how to get through certain places that you can't access unless you, of course, use your brain a little bit. So it's not just straight up shooting and all that stuff, so it's a lot of teamwork because, like I said, you're teamed up with Ellie, who's a stranger on the streets, and you come across other strangers, zombies, and all sorts of stuff, and wait, you're shooting people too? Yeah, of course this game is more just about a zombie apocalypse. It's also about, of course, smugglers and army guys who are trying to also take you down as well, and I guess they're for, of course, the whole apocalypse thing, and the whole cities, yeah, pretty much every place that you go to is all run down and pretty much gone to hell. And every place is just different no matter where you go. So that's what's great about this game. It has a great variety of environments and stuff that you have to access through. And no matter what, it's great problem solving, great teamwork effort, meeting across great likable characters. It's just terrific. So, yeah, and of course, it wouldn't be a zombie apocalypse game without shooting, weapons. You got not only guns, but you got, of course, your typical, explosive weapons like Molotovs, smoke bombs, typical bombs that you throw, and of course are great around when there's multiple amounts of enemies. So not just zombies, like I said, of course you got the typical army guys or smugglers, the typical bad guys that you have to shoot or blow up to smithereens. Of course you can also stealth, which is definitely recommended for most part, and it feels more satisfying as well, just sneaking up on them, and you can just beat the crap out of them with your bare hands. Or of course you can even get, melee weapons like bats, or anything. You name it. Of course you have to carve some of these weapons, like of course shevs, which are helpful not only for taking out these certain zombies, which are really a pain in the ass, because once they come up on you, it's, those kind of one-hit kills type of deals. Yeah, you can be dead right off the bat. So yeah, there's different classifications of zombies. Some you could easily get hit by, and then others you can't, because once they get you, you're dead. But luckily the game is courteous enough with checkpoints. But like I said, it's all about survival, and of course this game has multiple difficulties of gameplay. So if you go for the hardest, well, there's no screwing around then. But as you know, I'm a pretty novice gamer, so I go for the easiest one. I go for the fun, just for the fun. And of course there's a lot of other side missions you can do as well, like collecting all the different toys and comics and notes and joy pennants. So there's a big, thick story to this game as well. And there's a lot of mishaps that happen, like of course your main character, spoiler alert here, of course he gets near death, and of course there's a point in the game where you have to of course be stuck playing as Ellie herself. And okay, is it just me, or does this look like the Hunger Games? Seriously. Doesn't she look like Katniss Everdeen with the bow and arrow, or is it just me? Yeah, of course it doesn't last too long, but And of course, you're ill-equipped with having to deal with just using a bow and arrow when you're shooting a deer. I don't know why, but it doesn't last long. But that isn't the hardest part of the game. Yeah, the game does have its difficult parts as well as fun parts, like taking out certain boss fights, like this asshole who throws sand on you. Once it comes near you, yeah, just like the other zombie, you can be dead automatically. So you gotta be careful there. And then avoiding this damn tank weapon. Yeah, comes anywhere near you could be dead. It took me a while to figure out that you can't take the thing out, with your weapons, that you have to just simply avoid it while taking out other enemies. As I said, you have to try to sneak, so this is probably the best part. And it's fun just to pick up bricks or bottles. Bottles are best for making Molotovs, of course, but yeah, try to throw them off and then sneak up on them and, stab them or shoot them or whatever. But of course, if you open fire, it'll alert everybody else. So it's just more satisfying to do a sneak attack on an enemy, isn't it? I mean, really. Then, of course, you gotta avoid the stupid tank thing by climbing up the ledge and pretty much making sure it's out of your sight. Oof, worst case of vertigo right there, if you could say the least. And then there's also this part, which I swear is the biggest pain in the ass. It took me a few tries. When you're, of course, as I said, getting back to being playing as Ellie on her own, you're ill-equipped with no weapons. You have to take out guys by sneaking attacking. This is the main part of the game where sneaking attacking is a must. I mean, seriously. Once they get a hold of you, they shoot you, you're dead as shit. So, yeah, gotta basically sneak attack them, take their weapons and bullets and everything, and take them out the best you can. Preserve the ammunition best you can in this. And then, of course, your partner, of course, Joel, regains consciousness and tries to find her, and both ends meet. But boy, this part could be a real pain in the ass trying to take this guy out. Again, you have to basically sneak up on him because it ill-equips you without the weapon. Except your knife, of course. What a piece of crap. So, yeah, it's a lot of trial and error right here. But after you finally master it, Joel comes in at the right time to your rescue. But if I actually had any real complaints with this game, it's the load screens whenever you reload a game. Because, yeah, of course you have a save feature. I mean, nobody can play this all the way through without saving and quitting and reloading your game. But, seriously, they really can take a long time. I mean, I don't know what is up with that. But otherwise, yeah. Most of the game is pretty fun. When you're both together, it's a blast. But, trust me, as I said, the environments, they're all great variety. I mean, you got cities in ruins. You got, of course, climbing a skyscraper. Ooh, God, it brings out my worst fear in heights. Not that I actually have it, but it's just great. I mean, this is the post-apocalyptic world I would live in. I mean, just, even most of the time, even she takes consideration to how great the scenery is. I mean, it's just phenomenal. It is beautiful. I mean, look at all the animals outside. And you go through, like, the high school, or whatever school this is, the gym. I mean, you go through an abandoned neighborhood, and it's just fun to walk through all these houses and see where all these people once lived at one point. It is just great. And of course, there's this one part taking out the sniper could be tricky. Walking through the snow, as I said. Oof, God, talk about getting your worst case of hypothermia there. I don't know how you survived that. So, yeah, the environments are great. I mean, it's just what anybody would ask for. I mean, you got walking through a deserted hospital, which is really creepy. Taking all these freaking smugglers or terrorists, whatever they are. And, yeah. Not to mention, it doesn't end there. You want to know what's more about the story? Of course, you got Left Behind, which is a, well, in my opinion, a pretty decent prequel spin-off of the game. Doesn't have as much to offer as the main game, but it's great if you buy the PS4 game. It, of course, as I said, it includes the whole entire game, the whole 9 yards right there. It's okay. The friendship between her and the other girl are okay. And I could tell both of them are trying to have fun, like throwing bricks at cars and going in the abandoned arcade and all that stuff. So, yeah, it's obviously a little debauchery type of gameplay. And, yeah, it bounces back and forth between that and, of course, your main mission, which takes place between the part just after when Joel has his near death, and you go in the abandoned mall. Yeah, coincidentally, both versions of this game are in the abandoned mall, and you obviously are trying to look for medicine while avoiding zombies. Again, not bad. Though, again, you're ill-equipped to have to deal with whatever weapons you can pick up, and as well as, once again, avoiding smugglers. So it is challenging, but still not quite as good as the original game. And, yeah, you got an online as well, but Okay, I'll be honest, I suck at it completely because I have never survived all the way through. Tried it a few times, it's just not my thing. I think I'll stick to Doom and Call of Duty and Mortal Kombat and so forth, but overall, terrific game. It's pretty much what you really want for any zombie apocalypse game, and trust me, as I said, Xbox owners, you don't know what you're missing when you're ditching the PS4 because this is one of the best exclusives you'll ever find. I mean, it plays great, as I said, and it looks fantastic. I can't say much more there. I mean, it's probably one of the best zombie apocalypse games you'll ever get your hands on. Might I dare say better than Resident Evil Revelations 2? He'll get over it. Otherwise, yes. Last of Us Remastered, PS4 edition, and I'm sure the same applies for the PS3 version, even though it doesn't include everything. Rockin' 2 rear remotes with Wii Motion Plus is up. It's that good. So, until next time, happy gaming and happy Halloween.